Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, and I'm bringing you a video tonight titled, Can You Cheat on Someone That You're in Love With? But before we go any further, always know my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. To everyone who's ordered, your books are shipping out later today. It's about 4 or 5 in the morning right now. But as soon as I get up, I'm shipping everybody's books out. So you'll have them, maybe by Saturday. But yeah, just continue to place your orders. Thank you to everyone who's ordered my books. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate you all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to help me to grow the movement. And to the people who have been inquiring about custom topics, me making videos on your custom topics, just remember a donation of $50 or more to my Cash App or my PayPal that's in my video description will get you your custom video on my page within 24 hours. But let's get right to it. Can you cheat on someone that you're in love with? And that's a very good question. And it was posed to me this past weekend at my book signing. And I love to interact with and meet people at my book signings because it often translates to some really good and deep conversations. And this particular gentleman, very deep thinker, had a beautiful woman that he was involved with right on his arm, and she was telling me how he loves to engage in these deep type of conversations. And you know, he posed the question to me as this man that's writing these relationship books and this dating coach. He asked me, can you cheat on someone that you're in love with? And he gave me his take. His take was that when you're in love with someone, you always consider them before yourself. And that was the essential synopsis of his take on being in love and cheating. I then said that, no, I agree with you. You can't cheat on someone that you're in love with because they're your every other thought. And so we essentially said the same thing in different ways. And that just got me thinking and made me pose this question and create this video tonight. I truly do not believe that you can cheat on someone that you're in love with. But this particular topic wants me to, it's pushing me to go deeper into the construct and the framework and the healthy framework of love. And that's what I want to focus on tonight. Being in love with someone it's a great experience. You are more alive than you've ever been. And as your heart begins to connect with another person, it's a great experience, but it's something that you want to do with a governor. It's something that you want to do when you have a healthy amount of self-love, because self-love will always be greater than the love that you have for someone else if you're in a healthy space, because you never want to be gone with someone. And when you're gone with someone, that means you're so deep in love with them that you're considering, you're putting them above yourself. And whatever they do, right or wrong, you're going to ignore it. And that can take you to a potentially dangerous place when you're completely gone with someone. But you can be deeply in love with someone, but have a healthy amount of self-love and never be gone with someone. You never want to be gone. That is the most risky place that you can possibly be. And you always want to just observe how things are shaping up as you're identifying someone that you love and you're falling in love with. A lot of times it happens hard and fast. I know the times that I've been in love with women or was into the course of falling in love with a woman, it happened relatively quickly, and we both knew this was something different. It was a departure from our normal dating experiences. And that's okay, because you can't control that. Your heart is going to fall for who it's going to fall for. You can't necessarily control that. But what you can control is how much of yourself that you insert in a situation where you're falling in love with someone. And you always want to have that governor of self-love, because the place I'm going to take this is that your heart is very important to your mission and your purpose. We didn't show up to this earth to fall in love. We showed up to this earth to fulfill the mission and purpose that we were sent here to fulfill. And so, with that being said, God is always going to show us the reality of the person that we're falling in love with. We're always going to be shown. And that's why we have choice. And that can be a good or bad thing. It's all good because the revelation of the person in front of you is what empowers you to make the right choice in terms of how deeply to insert yourself in a situation where your heart is involved. And a lot of times, your heart will fall for the person and the love will develop ahead of you truly understanding the qualities and the characteristics of the person in front of you. And that's why God will always reveal who this person is. And that's when we always have to make a choice. When this person's revealed to you, you can easily conclude whether you're going to ride off into a sunset or whether there's devastation around the corner. And that's why you have to have that governor. That governor is the self-love that will only allow you to insert yourself deeper in a situation if it's right, if it's reciprocal, and if it's healthy. Not just healthy to you, but healthy to your overall future and your destiny and the trajectory that you need to be on. That's why there will always be a revelation of the person who's in front of you as you're falling in love, especially if you are committed to fulfilling your purpose in life. When you are a person who's living on purpose, everything that comes in your path will be revealed to you because you have to have an awareness to keep going. You have to have an awareness of what to keep in your space and what to let go because you're in tune with your overall mission in life, which is to fulfill your purpose. That's why the revelation of the person is always present and you have that choice. And as this person is being revealed to you and your heart is invested in and you desire this person, once you see characteristics that are not aligned with where you are and where you want to go in life, you have to learn to pull yourself out of situations. And once you see that this person brings you peace and that you two can easily fall deeper for one another with peace, then typically that's going to be the person that's for you. And the revelation is going to be there, but you have to acknowledge it and determine how much of yourself that you're going to continue to insert in the situation with the person that you're falling in love with. You have to make that determination because the revelation of the person is going to be there. And do you love yourself enough? Do you love yourself enough to face the pain that is going to be there and the disappointment of knowing that this person is not in it the same way that you're in it, or they have attributes and characteristics and qualities that are not going to land you in a good place in your future? And that's why you always have to have a sense of self-love. The self-love is the governor. Love has to be governed. And love is governed by your sense of self-love. That's what's going to keep you going deeper into the right situation and pulling yourself out of the wrong situation. And if it's wrong, you're going to have to deal with some pain. And you can never, ever let someone tell you how to deal with that pain or if you should be in pain, because love is an entity that develops on its own. You can't control how fast or how deeply you fall in love with someone. Love literally blindsides you. And it's a healthy and enjoyable experience when it blindsides you both. But there are no promises with love. Love is just an elevated, enjoyable experience. But there are no promises that comes with love. Just because that person tells you they love you and you know they do, that does not come with a set of promises that they're going to be a presence in your life that they can stay. Love does not come with promises. Love is like anything else. You just put one foot in front of the next and hope that there's reciprocity and hope that there's peace so that you can continue to insert yourself in the situation. There are no promises with it, but love must have a governor, and the governor is self-love. And the beautiful thing about the governor of self-love is that the governor of self-love is going to tell you to go deeper into the situation or to pull yourself out. And if you don't have a governor, once again, you'll find yourself gone. And once you're gone, a lot of people never find their way back. Love is dangerous. It's risky when you don't have a governor. So you must always love yourself enough over the love that you have for the other person, because that's the only way and the only healthy space that healthy love can develop. And so you always want to pay attention to the person in front of you. And the good thing about it is when the person is right, there will be a sense of peace. And there will be a willingness to work through any adjustments that you all have to make with one another or to one another. Because there's going to be conflict in every relationship. Because we're two imperfect human beings coming together that have to adjust to one another. And so conflict is natural, but compatibility is paramount. And so the compatibility is determined by how you two naturally work through conflict. If a person is pulling back from you, if they're looking at the conflict that you all are going to face as too difficult, then that's not the person you want to be with, because true love is fueled by desire. And if the desire is there, then that person, even if they have a conflict, they'll bring it to you and they'll still be moving towards you because they're looking for resolution. And just because you're looking for resolution doesn't mean you're going to find it. Sometimes you're going to find that you love this person, but you're incompatible and you all are going to have to go your separate ways. And once again, you have to deal with that pain. But if the person truly desires you and this is the person you're supposed to be with, then there's a mutual willingness to continue to move forward towards one another in the face of conflict. And once you make it through that conflict, the only thing that happens is that your bond and your love grows deeper. And the person that you're ultimately supposed to be with, you have seen this person through enough seasons. Their back has been against the wall. Life has dealt them adversity. And you like what you saw at every phase of adversity that this person had to face, every season of life that they were in. See, the thing about healthy love is that healthy love is accompanied by trust. And trust is created when you can go through things with someone and they're looking for solutions. Your trust is created when this person makes proclamations about you and their actions align with their words over time. Trust is recognized because your self-love is letting you know that this person is there for the right reasons. And since you love yourself and you have a governor, the trust that self-love is going to create, the trust is what's going to allow you to insert yourself deeper into the relationship. And as you insert yourself deeper, then that's when you fall deeper in love. And that's the healthy way to do it, is to fall deeper in love with someone that is showing you the right things, because that is where the trust is developed. A mentally healthy person, a self-loving person, their love grows deeper when the trust is present. And it's wrong when the love is growing deeper, but there's something in the back of your mind about the person. And it's okay. There's really no straight line to this thing. You know, you might have concerns about people and things like that. But ultimately, you're going to get to a level of peace. And that trust is what creates that peace. And that peace allows you to insert yourself in a capacity that you can fall deeper in love with this person. And ultimately, the person you're supposed to be with, you all have seen each other through the seasons. And the trust has grown deeper. And it gets to a point that both of you healthily engage in the relationship long enough and in a way that your hearts are literally becoming one. And that's when you know it's time to take that step towards forever. But you don't want to go past the things that you're shown about people that are not congruent with who you are, your purpose. You don't want to go past that, because that's how people end up taking off track and they never recover. That's why the Bible tells us to guard our hearts with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. Out of it flows the issues of life. So you must always guard your heart. And the only way to guard your heart is you have to have a governor. You have to have a governor. You have to have instinct. That still small voice, you have to listen to it. You have to pay attention to the things that you're being shown about the person. That's how you guard your heart. And once again, you can't control, like love is its own entity that develops outside of you and the other person. You can't control it, but you can control how much you immerse yourself in the situation with the person. And that's what you have to pay attention to, is what's in front of you. The thing that I'm most proud of about this subject matter is I can think of the different women who I fell in love with or was on the road to falling in love with. And obviously, I'm single, so I saw something in each one of those cases that made me pull back. But the thing that I'm most proud of is that I was able to weigh what I saw in the other person versus the level of emotion and love that I had for the person, because I had a governor, which was self-love. And you get out of situations, and sometimes you get out of them quickly. Sometimes that love develops, and you're acknowledging how great of an experience it is, but you're being shown stuff very quickly. That person pulls a reversal. They talked about having a future with you. They love being around you. And then their language changes, their behavior changes, and they're pulling back. And you never want to convince someone to stay who doesn't want to be there. I don't care how they were moving in the beginning. I don't care how mutual you felt the love was that allowed you to fall deeper in love with that person. Once that person makes it known that they don't want to be there and they're pulling back, the only thing that you can do is to communicate with them honestly where you are and what you need. And if you're in love with someone, it's worth somewhat of a fight to express yourself to them and see if they see enough in you to move towards you and try to find resolution. But typically, by the time someone's pulling back, they've had conversations about you in their mind that they're not telling you about. It's selfish, but people are selfish by nature. So by the time the person is pulling back, they may tell you it's one issue that's making them pull back, but it's about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different issues that are changing their heart towards you that they're not telling you about. And so when you see the person pulling back, you have to pull yourself out of that situation as well, because self-love has to be your compass. Love is dangerous without a governor and without a compass. You never want to convince anyone to be in your space. That right person is going to stay there and move towards you with whatever adversity that you two face. That's the way this thing works when it's right. So you always want to be conscious of how the person is moving as your heart is growing and developing for that person. But you have to guard it. You can't control how far deeply in love you're falling with this person and how fast it's happening, but you can control your presence. So you have to protect yourself. You always have to protect yourself, meaning that you can't go past what you're shown if it's wrong. You can keep going. If you're shown the right things about the person, by all means, continue to insert yourself in the situation and fall deeper with the right person. But once you're shown that this person is not for you, that there are red flags, there are things that your spirit is disrupted to a place that you are losing peace as you're dealing with this person, you have to love yourself enough to pull yourself out and deal with the subsequent pain. Because that level of pain pales in comparison to the pain of devastation. That's why I made the video Disappointment versus Devastation. It's okay. You're going to meet some people, some sparks are going to fly. You both are going to be blindsided and caught up in each other's rapture. But then that true character is revealed. Their qualities are revealed. And that's where you have to make the life-changing decision of what level to insert yourself with this person. Because once again, you don't want to insert yourself with the wrong person, because you're going to be gone. Your life is going to be out of balance, and your purpose is going to be in a space where you may never fulfill it. The atmosphere has to be right for you to fulfill your purpose. And so you must engage and go down the road with and love the right person in order to fulfill your ultimate purpose for being here on the earth, which is to fulfill your purpose. So you must always guard your heart, pay attention to what you see, and move accordingly. Move accordingly. And I don't care how deeply you fall in love with someone, you have to have that governor. And a lot of times you won't be in a place where you can't necessarily pull yourself out if you have a healthy amount of self-love. See, when a person changes and a person switches up on you and they pull themselves back, then your level of self-love that has to be present, that's going to be your power to pull yourself out of the situation. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There's going to be some dark nights, some tough nights. You may want to pick that phone up and call that person, but you know they're not for you, and you know that you've been given instructions to disengage. And you're just going to have to go through that period of time. But the beautiful thing about that is that, you will be restored and you're going to be healed. And your space is going to be open for the right person who's going to get it right, who's going to love you the way that you love them. And so self-love is the ultimate governor when it comes to who you should pair yourself with over time and who you should insert yourself with as you're falling in love with them. You have to have that self-love. That has to be your governor. You have to have that self-love, and it has to be your governor. And that's going to always put the person into its right perspective, their right perspective in front of you. That's self-love. So always know that you have to put the love for yourself above the other person, because you can never truly see them in their truest capacity if you don't have a healthy amount of self-love. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say tonight, is that I just wanted to bring a message to help you to choose the right person when your heart is really getting involved. It's just been a message on love. Now, it started out with, can you cheat on a person you're in love with? But I wanted to just go down this rabbit hole of choosing the right person to love, and the power and the choice that you have, not with your heart. you can't, that's its own independent entity, but you can control your lens looking into the situation and how deeply you want to insert yourself in it. You can control that. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video tonight titled, Can You Cheat on Someone You're in Love With? It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. And once again, everybody who ordered their copies, everything's being shipped out tomorrow. Just look out for them no later than Monday. You'll probably get them over the weekend. And thank you to everyone who's been patient and hanging there with me as I get your orders to you. I've ordered enough copies. I won't have a backlog or a back jam anymore. You will get your books in a timely manner when you place your orders. Once again, everyone who's been inquiring about the custom videos that they want, send me a donation of $50 or more. I will make a custom video and put it on my page, Matthew C. Horne Dating, within 24 hours. To everyone who's been inquiring about coaching, understand that coaching is available if you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. We'll set up a consultation. Just tell me your name, leave your phone number, and whatever issue you're dating whatever issue you're facing in the dating space, and I'll get right back to you. I'll get back to you quickly, and we can get on this road to coaching and getting you the optimal outcomes in this dating space. If this video has been of value to you, and you notice your thought processes have been elevated as a result of hearing this message, drop something in my donation information that's in the description of this video. Drop something in there. Continue to help me to go as I continue to bring you this elevated content. I hope this has been enjoyable to you. Always know you have to have a compass, because if you don't, you will find yourself gone with the wrong person. But when you do have that compass, the right person to truly give your heart to will come to light. Your hearts will become one, and there will be a sunset in front of you as opposed to devastation. I'll see you soon.